Love me or hate me, I don't care. I just want you to listen to this video and do what you think is best for you. You see this woman behind me? Her last name is Briscoe. She's of the ESPN overnight crew, Briscoe and Eves. She's amazing. Eves is amazing. And I watched them many nights to see what happened on a day in sports rather than watch all the sports. And she's about to start a story about a gentleman she worked with who died on Christmas Eve of cancer. She didn't get into the details of the type of cancer, but she did say he died after a 2-year battle with cancer. He got cancer, it spread through his body. By the time it was detected, it was too late to do anything about it. He died. He left a 10-year-old son and the love of his life as his wife. Can you imagine losing someone you loved, your father, your mother, your wife, your husband, on Christmas Eve after a 2-year fight for their life? So if you choose to listen to the rest of the video, I want to talk about what you can do so that that's not you. Things I learned from my experience of having cancer, things I've studied, things that will help you to understand what cancer is, what happens, but most importantly, what you can do to reduce your chances of getting cancer and, most importantly, dying of cancer. And it starts with the answer to a simple question. What the hell is cancer? Well, we know cancer is a disease, but it's characterized, and I want to read this, characterized by the uncontrolled growth and spread of abnormal cells in the body. That's what cancer is. These cells develop because of genetic mutations or damage to the DNA that disrupts the normal processes regulating cell division, repair, and death. And when that goes uncontrolled, it actually invades your entire body and causes you to die. That's what cancer is. And there's no evidence that really cancer rates are increasing, which is a surprise to me. But there is evidence that people who get cancer have a better chance of survival because of technology and detection. And in a different video, I'm going to talk about why I think this is on purpose. They're not trying to stop us from getting cancer. They're merely okay with us getting it. They just want to treat us for cancer for the rest of our lives because there's a ton of money in it. That may sound crazy, but just think about it for a while. So here's the deal. You, me, my mom, my children, your mom, your children, we all have a cancer cell in our body right now. It's just inevitable. In our body, cells mutate all the time. The question is, what happens after a cell mutates? It is, number one, most of the time killed by your body's natural defenses. Your immune system has a way of dealing with it, killing it, and getting it gone. Second thing that happens is what happened to me. It's a slow growth. I had prostate cancer. There's a test called the PSA test. It's a simple blood test. In 2018, my PSA was 0.6. In 2020, just before the pandemic, it was 1 point something. And then in the spring of 2023, it was 8. And anything above 4 triggers testing for defined cancer. In November of 23, I was diagnosed with cancer. I went through my treatment, but because the cancer grew slowly and I did my job of getting tested, actually in that case, there was a phenomenal PA who said, you need this test. I took the test, went through a whole bunch of testing. And my point is, if the cancer is not killed, it multiplies. And then it multiplies slowly enough for you and I to do regular testing, checkups, and they can control it to where you become, like I am, a cancer survivor. Now, I don't want to underestimate that cancer treatment sucks. In every part of your body, you feel differently. But because it's treated, I get to live, and so do millions of people get to live. What happened to this gentleman was it grew and spread rapidly. It's called metastasizing. It spreads throughout your body, and ultimately you can fight it and you can struggle, but you ultimately you die. And so we all have cancer cells in our body. If they take hold and they multiply, where it takes place at in your body, your lungs, your prostate, your breasts, your wherever, That's the type of cancer it's called. But there's still several types of cancer within it. And this is all medical stuff. I don't want to be too. And by the way, I am not a doctor. I don't play one on Facebook or whatever platform this is. But I do want you to understand some things that are happening. Now, cancer will kill you if left unchecked. Treatment will make you sick. Treatment sucks. Treatment probably takes years off of your life. And treatment causes all kinds of problems. So that's what I want you to know. So, what can you do to either make sure you kill as many cancer cells initially or they grow slowly so you can treat them? That's why I'm making this video, because I want you to be aware of this. So I'm going to say something that you can be insulted by, but I'm going to explain it to you in a way that will help you make a decision to live and to spare the people you love from watching you possibly slowly die from cancer and other diseases. So whether or not in your body a cancer cell dies instantly, slowly grows, or actually rapidly grows has a lot to do with you more so than you think. Some of it's genetic, some of it's unfortunate. Childhood cancer is unfortunate. That's not what I'm talking about. A lot of it's genetic, but most of it, how your body's able to fight cancer, has to do with your lifestyle. I need you to understand that. It's your lifestyle that determines how strong your inner body is. It determines whether or not your body can fight off diseases like cancer and others. That's about you. And I made this video because I want you to make a decision that you're going to take control of how you live, so you reduce your chances of cancer and increase your chance of surviving from cancer without intense medication and treatment. That's my purpose today. And so here's the deal. I made up this term. It's not a personal term to you or anyone else. Fat, lazy slob. Because I want you to think about that the next time you do some things that I'm going to talk about. So what do I mean? Am I just trying to insult you or be gratuitous? No. Fat. Overweight, being overweight, especially to the point of obesity, is one of the greatest causes of not just your body being too weak to fight cancer, but also most of the other diseases that people struggle with. Being overweight is the worst thing you can do for your health, as far as I can tell, what I've been reading out. Are there worse things? Probably. Shooting yourself would be a bad thing to do, but you get what I mean. Your willingness to allow yourself to constantly become overweight is a factor that's going to come back and destroy your health in the future. Second word is lazy. Are you unwilling to exercise, unwilling to move, unwilling to lead an active lifestyle, and you bought into the TV, social media culture where you sit and watch TV all day long, watching a screen all day long? People, we were made to move, not to sit still all day. And then the third thing is a word called slob. Now, by slob, I'm not talking to be a slob is to give no thought to your appearance and how you dress and how you look. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm asking, are you giving thought to your future health, your future life? So when I use the term fat, lazy slob, I'm not trying to insult anybody. I want you to ask yourself a question. Am I living my life in a way that shows I care about my future health and the people I love by not being lazy, getting up, going out and exercising, and by making decisions about what I eat so that my body is at the healthiest weight it possibly can be? That is my purpose. That's what I want you to take from this video, if nothing else. So, if you want to know whether or not you're a fat, lazy slob, I'm going to tell you some things you can do to instantly know. Not me judging you. This is you judging yourself. So answer these questions. Anything you say yes to, the more likely you are, as I'm defining it, a fat, lazy slob. So do you often complain about how you feel? You lack energy. You got these unexplainable aches and pains in your body. That's the first question. Do you complain about how you feel, have unexplainable aches and pains throughout your body? Something's going on. You need to do something to change. Question two, do you have little to no energy? Even though you really haven't done much. You're not getting good sleep. You, at the end of the workday, it's 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the evening, and all you can do is veg out on the couch and watch television. Something's wrong. Your body is telling you something is wrong. Number three, do you eat for pure enjoyment without caring about what it does to your body? Now, we all have to have those cheat days. We all have holidays, celebrations. But my question for you is simply this: is that your whole life, where every meal is about your enjoyment with no thought to your health or how it's going to impact you in the future? That's slob. Do you exercise? Question four, do you exercise or stay active? Our bodies were made to move. Lethargic, sitting around all day, that's not how we were created. Question five, do you make regular checkups for early detection? Do you and your doctor, because I'm not a doctor and I don't play one here, are you and your doctor talking about your health and your future? And then question six, do you get adequate rest? And do you do something to alleviate the stress and stressful situations, stressful people in your life? Question seven, do you smoke anything? Anything? Do you light something on fire and inhale its smoke? Does that make sense on any level? Do you take unnecessary drugs or chemicals into your body? Because those chemicals have an impact on you. You think about it. You can smoke something and it makes your brain feel differently. That's why you smoke it. You can take a gummy or a pill or something that goes into your stomach, but it still makes your head feel differently. Why do we think that those things go into our body but don't affect everything in our body? Anyway, and here's one that's really easy. Do you ever look at yourself and think something's wrong? You know something must change because you don't like the way you look, but you still don't change. I asked you 7 questions, 8 questions. How many did you answer yes to? Because you now know what's wrong and what you can do to reduce your chances of getting cancer and so many other diseases. So, I don't make this video to make fun of you or anything like that. I really want to wake you the F. It rhymes with duck and it ends in ing up. I want to wake you up. I want you to understand they're building oncology centers all across this country because it seems to me, despite the statistics, more and more people are getting cancer. And those buildings, they don't build them because they're pretty. They build them because they need you to fill them. They need you to be treated, diagnosed, cared for in order to pay for those buildings, the people who work in those buildings, and as I like to say it, so that some high level executive can buy a new sports car, a new boat, or something. You get what I'm saying? Do you want not only to suffer, but to create other people's success because you didn't take care of yourself? Now, one of the things I realize is sometimes we buy into the concept that there's a pill for that. You can't look at television and not see a pharmaceutical commercial where people are marching and walking proudly and boldly about how this pill solved their problems, while the announcer says side effects include all these awful things, including death sometimes. So I just don't want you to buy into the myth that there's a pill for that. So that's what I wanted to say to you today. I want you to really think about this idea of you getting cancer and everyone you love watching you slowly die before their eyes. If you don't want to make changes in the questions I asked you, so you answer no for yourself, then do it for your wife, your husband, your mother, your father, your sons, your daughters, your brothers, your sisters. If you run a business, the people who depend on you to make that business successful, everyone is going to be impacted. Like that story I shared with you, I don't want that to happen to you. So I want to close by giving you 4 things that you can do starting right this minute if you answered no to all of those questions. Number 1, drink more water than you drink of anything else. Water out of your faucet is still better than Diet Coke, regular Coke, Pepsi, or anything else that's been manufactured to taste good for your enjoyment pleasure. So drink more water than you drink anything else. Number two, eat foods as close to the way God made them as you possibly can and can afford. I get it. Sometimes money's an issue, but if it's been manufactured, manipulated, put in a can, I say it to this way: if something that should spoil in a day or two can be left at room temperature for weeks and months at a time, there's stuff in there that's not that good for you. So drink more water than anything else, eat foods as close to the way God made them as possible. And number three, go for a 20-minute walk 4 times a week. You can do that. Or a 30-minute walk 3 times a week. Some bonus ones. Don't put chemicals into your body thinking that they just make you feel good or they just touch one part of you. Everything that goes in your nose, in your mouth, or is injected into you goes throughout your entire body. And while it might do some good, it also does some bad. And another bonus one is get rest. We need rest. We have to rest in terms of sleep. We have to rest our minds in terms of it not being just constantly attention to stuff. So get rest. You deserve to rest. And here's one that a lot of people love but hate to do. If there's a person in your life that's stressful, get them out of your life or get them to change. If there's situations and circumstances and things in your life that just stress you the heck out, just get them out of your life. Stress creates conditions inside your body that cause you to weaken your opportunities to fight that first cancer cell that gets manipulated inside your body. So it's been a long video. I just want you to say this. Instead of you waiting for the next cure for cancer or the next treatment for cancer and getting cancer and having those things help you, I challenge you today. Live your life in a way that prevents you from getting cancer as much as you possibly can. I'm not saying if you got cancer or you get cancer, it's your fault. Just like I don't think it's my fault I got cancer. I am saying because I took care of myself before I got cancer, 2 things happened. Number one, it was detected early enough so that I could do something about it. And number two, the cancer treatment, though it was terrible, did not impact my body as it would have if I were overweight, if I led a lethargic lifestyle, if my immune system was compromised, and all of those things. That's my message for you today. I hope you get the love that I'm coming from as I say this to you. And I would love to hear your comments. Am I a total a-hole for making this video? Or did I give you something to think about that's going to help you change your trajectory of your health in the future? Whatever you think, I want to hear it. But my message for you today is everyone has a cancer cell in their body. The question is your body able to fight it off, kick its ass so it doesn't kick your ass? Or is your body so inflamed within, is your body so weakened that it's just going to thrive, it's going to multiply, it's going to spread throughout your body, it's going to cause you way more suffering than you're going to get enjoyment from that television show that you watch or those amazing tasting foods that you eat? My name is Mark Delaney, and even though the election season is over, I approve this message, and I hope you do too.